It's 1:30 in the morning.
Wow. Wow. Here it's like
Three.
3 p.m. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's super raining today. So
Okay. That's wonderful.
yeah.
So once again, thank you so much for joining our podcast platforms. Like I have done a good research about yourself. I went on your website and the kind of knowledge you are sharing on the platforms on your website is absolutely mind blowing. So after this podcast, like our audience will get a very good insight about that what they have to do in terms of health and keeping themselves healthy and active. So once again, I really want to thank you so much for joining our this platforms. So before I start the podcast, I just want you to give a good introduction about yourself, that how you started your journey into the field of this amazing workout and providing your consultancy and the kind of knowledge you are sharing. Just tell us something about yourself.
Of course. So my name is Hannah Stone, and I'm 27 years old. I am originally from Israel. So I live right now in Austin, Texas, in the US, and I moved here 3 months ago from Las Vegas, which I was in Vegas for the past 6 years. So that means I moved from Israel 6 years ago, and I became a fitness coach in about probably about like 3.5 years ago. And for me, it's been kind of like interesting journey because I started in the health and fitness in my health and fitness journey probably like 7 years ago. So, and for me, it started a little different than most people. Most people like they usually like work out and then they start to eat healthy. So for me, it was a little different. So 7 years ago, I came to visit my family here in the US for 1 month, and I used to smoke cigarettes. You know, in Israel, it's like a normal thing. Everybody smokes cigarettes, and zero awareness to nutrition or anything like that. I had no idea what I'm doing. Like I just had no awareness, and when I came to visit my sister and my brother-in-law here in the US, they told me like, listen, Hannah, if you wanna come here and stay with us, you have to stop smoke cigarettes for at least like a month. Like when you're here, we don't want that. So in my head, I was like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna come here. I'm gonna not smoke for like a month, and then I'll go back to Israel, and I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna go back to smoking and all that. And when I came to visit, and all I ate was pretty much like healthy food, and that's what I had for a whole month. And I stopped smoking for a whole month. And then when I came back to Israel, I never went back to smoking. And I actually noticed that I actually really like this like healthy food thing, and it can be actually really good and it can taste really well. So I went back to Israel and I started eating healthy. I was in the army in Israel at the time. It's mandatory in Israel to serve. So I
Yeah.
served for 2 years, and yeah, and then from there, from eating healthy, I started working out, and then I developed this crazy passion, and I was like, oh my god, I need to do this. Like this is for me. This is what I need to do. You know?
It's absolutely beautiful. The kind of story you have, like the way you have transformed yourself for being a chain smoker, and now you are so deeply down into this fitness industry. You are not helping yourself, but you are helping and changing other people's life as well. As I was doing the research, I saw your Instagram page and the profiles and the kind of contribution, the kind of knowledge you are sharing on a daily basis. Like that's very insightful. You have mentioned 80 and 20% rules. As we all know that in terms in the fitness industry, if you want to see the change within yourself, like you have to focus on your nutrition. That one is the most primary thing which you have to keep into the considerations. But most of the majority of our audience, all the time they ask that, okay, how long I have to do the workout in the gyms, how many times I have to do the workout in a week. So they are more dominant to the workout part rather than they leaving the nutrition part as well, because 80% stand in the nutrition. So for those people, and you might have experienced this kind of situation while handling your clients. So what do you think, what mindset you want them to build for following the right nutrition and for the right workout pattern? So what's your idea on that?
Yes. So this is a great topic because I feel like most people really fall in between the chair here. Like they don't people having find the hardest part is in the kitchen, but it's also the most important thing. It's 80% is nutrition, not only for your results right now, but also for the long term for your health. So healthy lifestyle, it's a lifestyle, right? Like we want to make sure we always doing it, and it's not like, oh, we're gonna do like 2 months diet and then cut like super like count everything and then go back to like just like
Mhm.
eat old habits. And it's not the point. The point is to really make it a lifestyle, and my goal is to make sure that you actually enjoy what you're eating or how you're training. You have to enjoy what you're doing in order to make it a lifestyle, because you don't want to live and be like miserable in life, right? So it's very important to to understand that nutrition doesn't have to be boring. Like eating healthy doesn't have to be boring. So if I don't know if you happen to saw, like in my Instagram, for example, I share a lot of recipes that are super creative and healthy and easy and delicious.
How to make a like morning breakfast with bananas and some cinnamons, and you just made that beautiful recipes. I really like that ones.
Yeah, like ice creams, brownies,
Yeah.
cheesecake, all healthy. And it sounds like crazy, but it's really, really easy to make. You just literally put few ingredients in the blender, blend it, and just do your thing. But it's yeah, so it's a lot of people have this idea of healthy eating, like, oh, we have to eat lettuce and plain rice and plain chicken all day. Like we don't want to do that. No, nobody really wants to live like that. Like it's boring. Like also, like for me, for example, I know I need to change every single day. I cannot eat the same thing every day. Like I need to change things up. I love sweets, so I do a lot of my ice creams. They're super healthy, but they consume like things like you would never imagine, like frozen cauliflower or frozen butternut squash, and you don't taste these things because it's flavorless, but you get all this nutrition. So I think the idea and like what's out there in the healthy products, like healthy food products, it's 2021 and things have changed, and you can create different things that not like get yourself outside of the box and think a
Mhm.
little bit more creative. And if some people are not really creative in this kind of thing, and this is why I'm here, and this is what I want to show to people. I want to show that, hey, you can enjoy ice cream, you can enjoy pizza, you can enjoy burger, but in a healthier way.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, because this is what even I personally experience while handling my clients. I recommended that this is the things which you have to eat if you want to bulk, if you want to cut. But they constantly believe that if they want to get in a like if they want to see the change, like they have to totally restrict themselves from eating those junk food or those ice creams. It's all about balancing. The way you have explained that you can eat
Balance. Yeah.
balance. Yeah, that's the right thing. That if you know that how to balance the things, like you can get the result which you want easily. This is
Yes.
what the misconceptions which I have found, especially in the people. So what idea you want to say, what you suggest them, like if a newbie want to start their nutrition programs, they want to have a eat a clean, or we call it like 80-20% rule, so how they can start at the initial stage?
Okay, so first of all, what I always tell my clients, don't try to go from 0 to 100, not only in nutrition, not only in exercise, but in everything in life. When you try to be from 0 to 100 in one day, it's most
Hmm.
likely not going to work. It can work for like a week tops. More than that, it's not going to work. It's not going to be sustainable. So the most important thing is to go step by step. So wherever you are in the ladder, if you're starting from, let's say you're on level 3, so you're going to go to level 4 and you're not going to go to level 10. If you're in
Yeah.
level 1, you're not going to go to level 4, you're going to go to level 2. So that means if you are a person who drinks soda and you eat junk food and you don't work out and you sit all day and you
Yeah.
the lifestyle is like really bad, then you obviously start need to start from a different place. So I would suggest to first try to cut the really bad things out, but again, not all of them in one day. So let's say try to limit, let's say you drink I don't know, 3 sodas a day, so 3 cola a day, like, so try to limit it to one, and then do it for like few days, 3 days, and then try to lower it, and then with it drink more water, eat more vegetables. So I would say the easier way to, like, the easiest way, first of all, everybody's different and
Yeah.
everybody like has like different things that are more hard for them.
Absolutely.
Some people, they can't give up on their burger, and that's okay. So leave it for later. So now add water. Make sure you drink enough water. Make sure you eat your vegetables. Make sure you maybe cut out the sodas. Maybe like cut out the sugar. Maybe start moving like 10 minutes a day. You don't have to go and work out and do like a whole hour, like
Yeah.
5 days a week. Actually, no, it's not recommended if you're not working out at all. So start with 10 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, wherever you are. Try to take it to the next step. And there's so many things, you can get so creative, and there's so many things you
Mm.
can do out there. And there's so many places that you can see guidance for anything. If it's listening to this podcast,
Yeah.
see what what you
Mm.
say in your platforms and anywhere, like there's so many things out there, but it also can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes. So just very important to listen to yourself and kind of know where you at, because everybody's different and everybody has
Mm.
different way of how they see things, and also like the way you need to train and the way you need to your nutrition, like your diet. Like whatever works for one person might not work for the other person.
Absolutely,
So
because one person is different from the other person's. Like this diet is working for you, it's totally
yeah,
different persons. That's why, as I
different
saw
goals
your
also.
different goals
Different.
also, as I have seen your program, that in 8 week programs you're providing customized diet plans, customized weight loss programs. So that's what's really great. This is what fitness is all about. Like if you have a mindset, okay, this is the goal which I want to achieve, and you can take the plan as per that. But when I recommend and something like this to my clients, what I have found, they are how they measure, how they bring the consideration on the micronutrient or macronutrients, like how they can balance that also. Because people say that you have to eat healthy, you have to maintain your broad protein intake, calorie intakes, but what about the micronutrients and macronutrients?
So it's very simple. Like if you like, again, everybody's different because it depends on your
Yeah,
data, your goal, your weight, your height, your age, all of that stuff. So what I
for a
would say
general
in a,
for a general purpose, like just an overview that how they can understand that.
so we have the fats,
Mm.
protein, and carbs. Okay, and there's like a lot of different things. So there's a few things. There's like the thing of what, like how many fats, how many protein, how many carbs per day. So for that, I usually recommend to type on Google BMR calculation,
Mm.
and then you put all your data there, and then you see how many calories you need to eat a day. And I would suggest, usually that's the old fashioned way also. They suggest to do 40% carbohydrates, 30% protein, and 30%
Mm.
the healthy fats. And then there's the something a little deeper that I am very much like into it, and I'm very much putting the focus on that, and that is ingredients. Okay, so ingredients are can be very very tricky because the calories can be really low. Some products are even 0 calories, and they market it as healthy, but you look at the ingredients list and you see a whole list of things that you
Yeah.
cannot even pronounce, and that's not okay. Because
Yeah.
if you cannot read it, your body probably can't read it as well, meaning your body won't digest it. So
Mhm.
you can eat all day like sugar free and low, like 0 calories, but it's lots of refined sugar, like artificial sugar. So it's not even real food. It's
Yeah.
not real food. It shouldn't be in your body. A lot of the protein powders and protein bars out there are full of those kind of things. And for me, I'm screaming, like I'm saying, like, no, shouldn't be in your body. Like it's so bad for you, and it can cause so many issues in the long run. If it can cause like a lot of digestive issues, it can cause a lot of chronic diseases. All these ingredients that are not even real food, it can cause like a lot of problems in our health. It can cause us craving more like sugary and
Mm.
refined sugar and empty
Mm.
carbs. So when it comes to, I know it sounds a little bit overwhelming, but it's really way simple, more simple than it sounds.
Mm.
If anyone listening to it right now, it's just think about it like this. You look at the product, you check the product, okay? You
Mm.
look at the ingredients, you read the ingredients. If there's anything that you cannot read, then it probably shouldn't be in your body. Basically everything you read
Absolutely.
on the package, you should be able to read. If you can't read it, and if it sounds like something like maltodextrin, for example, it's some kind of
Mm,
a something artificial that they put in so many things. And if I'll ask you a question, would you put it in your soup when you cook soup at home? Will you make it at will you make it will you add it to the soup? And usually the answer would be like, I would maybe, but I don't know what it is. And that's exactly your answer, because if you don't know what it is, you're not going to put it in your soup. So why would you put it in your body? Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
ingredients are very, very important, because that, even if you eat something that is 0 calories and is super low in sugar, and you eat it, but it has that one ingredient that will make you crave sugar, that will make you crave empty carbs, it's, what are you doing? You just put yourself in like not in a good spot, you know?
Absolutely, because this is what it's all about. So that's why I brought these questions, because a lot of you guys have asking me that what nutrition we should have to follow, like what how we have to manage the micro macro. Next part of this podcast, which is how to set a proper mindset, because this is the very challenging part, whether you are in a professional field or a fitness field, how to set a perfect mindset for starting the workout, for following a whatever goals they have. So I just want to ask you, Hannah, that while dealing your client, you might have come across this situation where your clients are struggling. They're physically fit, but they're having their war in their mind with the nutrition, the workout you're planning. So what idea you want to generate for them? So how they can do the workout and follow the program properly?
So the one thing I always say, that if you want to follow any program and you want to be on top of your, on top of your game, meal planning is really good. Like prep your meals in advance. Make sure that you have your meals for the week, that you kind of have you planned your week and your days. And let's say if you have an event one day, it's totally
Mm,
okay. Like, we're humans and we have things going on, and we're always going to have ups and downs, and it's okay, it's part of life. But make sure you're aware of it. Make sure you always you have this like into consideration. So let's say, you have like this event later in the day, make sure you drink a lot of water, because a lot of times we want to eat, but we're not really hungry, we just like need to drink water, like we dehydrated. So
mm,
drink a lot of water. Make sure you plan out your day right. And know once you know kind of like where you need to be at when it comes to your calorie intake, when it comes to your protein, fats,
mm.
carbs, and all the macronutrients, once you know where you should be at, it becomes easier. So, meaning, what I mean to say basically, it's maybe it's going to take you a little bit of research to find out what's good for you in the beginning, but once you're in it and you are doing it and you're testing different things and you're testing different, like for example, for me, plant-based is amazing. I love plant-based. So it's kind of like, vegan, but vegan, like, healthy vegan, not trashy vegan, because vegan can be really bad also. So I found that for me specifically, it works great, but I don't think it's for everybody. I don't think it like everybody should do it. I found that for me, like, my performance is way better. I'm less heavy. I have more energy. But I know it doesn't work for everybody. So, and even for me, like, now I eat meat. Like, this week I eat meat because I felt like my body needed meat.
Mm.
I felt like I became anemic. I was lacking on my supplements, and I decided to go and have meat, because I'm not like extreme. I don't believe in being
Yeah.
extreme. I believe balance is everything. And
Mm.
it's just like I'm doing it for a week, and then I'll go back to being plant-based, because it's been amazing for me. So whatever works for you, listen to your body. And the most important thing also, I always tell it to my clients as well, whenever sometimes we fall as humans, quote unquote fall, like we make mistakes, like we eat bad, like quote unquote, like again, like we're it's normal, we humans. It's all about balance, and it's okay if we have it every once in a while. But what's important is really to, if something like that happened, and it happens because we're humans, sometimes it happens, even if you're on top of your game and everything. When it happens, just don't be harsh on yourself, and don't be mad at yourself, because it's already done. Okay. And it's already done. Like, it's not, you cannot change what's done. because if you're going to go hard on yourself and you're going to be like, I can't believe you ate this, like you're so weak, you're so, if you're going to tell these things, your body's not going to digest the food that you already had, the bad food
Yeah.
that you had already. So just like be okay, that happened. Okay, let's try to think about it better for next time.
Mm.
Let's try to plan this a little better. Okay. So usually that would happen if you're getting to like a very extreme situation where you're like really, really hungry and you like just go and pick up something like fast food or whatever. So just make sure that next time you're not going to get to this situation. Make
Yeah.
sure you prepare better, you know?
Yeah, it's absolutely, I'm 100% agree with you, because the example you have give that if you eat something bad and you constantly think about it, and the next time you say that you eat that food, you shouldn't be eat that. This is exactly happened to me. Like when I started my entire fitness journey, that time I was very well focused that I have to restrict myself with those food. Once I was eating that food, I was constantly eating the food for the next week, and I was getting mad on myself. So it's absolutely practical and very good that the way the beautifully you have explained about it, that I know the audience are watching and listen to this podcast, they will get a very good insight that it's all about consistency. Step by step you have to go. Nothing will happen overnight. If you want to see the change within yourself, you have to give time, because you are trying to adapt something new within yourself, so it will take time. So all the ideas which you have talked about, the nutritions, the way they have to balance, but here I just want to highlight one point, that how someone can be mentally strong, because everybody knows that what they have to do, but how they can be focused on the lane. For my case, that when I started, I know everything that what I have to eat, but I was not able to be focused. So is there any exercises, or is there any meditations, or anything you recommend them that they should increase their focus level, so they can stick with their plan even they have some bad situation, like they had a bad foods and they're getting mad themselves, so how they can control themselves in a psychological level? So what your idea on it?
Yeah, so actually, I'm so glad you brought it up because it's such an important
Hmm.
topic in healthy lifestyle. Because healthy lifestyle, like I said, it's a huge topic that underneath there's the physical health, which is
Hmm.
fitness, there's the, nutrition, and there's the mental health. The mental health is such a big thing. It's like, it's something that, because let's say if you have like a goal weight that you want to achieve and you are going to achieve this goal, but you're still not happy with what you're seeing in the mirror, it's not gonna matter what number you're gonna see in the scale, because if you're not happy with yourself and if you don't you love yourself from within you, the number is irrelevant. So, and
Yeah.
that where the mental health comes into place. So first of all, I would really recommend to have like a morning routine. It's such an amazing thing to focus yourself and like organize yourself, and one of the things, like, how you start your day. So for example, I'll give you like an example of like, if you start the day and you open social media, like open Instagram and Facebook, anything that you cannot really control. I'm not even talking about watching the news first thing in the morning. It's like the worst thing ever. Don't do that. But it's very important to basically control the first thing that you consume in your brain first thing in the morning. So that
Mm.
means try to either listen to something really positive. It can be a podcast, it can be a book, it can be some kind of a YouTube video, and meditation first thing in the morning. I found that it's such a great tool for you to manifest and achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. Affirmations is like, I'm doing it every single morning. In my morning routine, I have my affirmations that no matter how I woke up that day, like no
Mm.
matter the kind of energy, because sometimes we wake up on the wrong side, we wake up like kind of pissed, and it just like
Mm.
things that's our mind, that our brain has from like from
Mm.
the past. If it's like something stressful, or if it's like a person that pissed us off like the other day or whatever, those things in our mind are going to affect our day. So the affirmations and meditation, it's something that every single day, it's affirmations, it's so important, so important. If it's for anything in life, if it's for your fitness goals, if it's for anything that you want to achieve, because basically, I really believe in the power of like when you think about something, and when you say something, everything you say and everything you think, that's what's going to happen. So let's say I'll give you an example from the fitness field. When a woman stands in the mirror and she looks at herself and she says like, oh, I'm so fat, oh, I'm so I hate that these clothes don't fit me. Like if that's what you say, you got to be very careful with what you say, because if that's what you say, that's what you're going
Yeah.
to get. It's so important. So
That's
instead, look at yourself and say, "Oh my God, I'm so beautiful. I have abs. I'm so confident. I'm healthy. I'm strong. You know." And when you say these things, the universe will listen to you, and that's what you're gonna get. That's
mm,
everything you're going to say. It's what you're gonna get. And you know, like how sometimes when something good happens in your life, and you're like, "Oh, this is great. Like this happened to me." And you know how they say that good things happens like
yeah.
in a group, and also bad things, because that's wherever you put your focus, that's what
mm,
you're gonna get. And I found when I started to notice it, it was like mind blowing to me to notice how this is so freaking true. It's insane. It's insane.
mm,
And the meditation is really like to really like focus on visualizing what you want, if it's the body that you want, or if it's the house that you want, or if it's the car that you want, or if it's the partner that you want, whatever it is. It's you think about it, and you're not only visualizing it, but you also feel the feeling in your body that you're going to feel when you're going to see that car that you want, or the body that you want, or the number in the bank account that you want. And you feel that,
mm,
and you connect to it, and you basically train your brain to have this. You basically train your brain, because your brain is like a muscle. You can train
yes.
your brain to anything,
Yes.
anything at all.
Yes, that's absolutely right. You drag a very vital point here, that the kind of thoughts you will have in your mind, the kind of person you will be. Like we have seen that if you see the peoples, like if I take one side people who go to the gyms, so they will have a different mindset. And if you take the another side, those people who go to the for doing parties and they have funs, they have a different mindset. So it's
Mhm.
all about the kind of peoples you have in your life, the kind of mentality you create,
That's
the
so true.
perception. I totally believe in perceptions. Like if you close your eyes and you can imagine the person you want to be in future, like in the next week or next 5 years, if you have the clear picture in your mind, in your subconscious level, then definitely you can able to have the ways. It will automatically give you all the ways, that which ways you have to pick. Like, okay, I want to be this person, I have to take this directions, I have to take this directions. So what I have found while dealing with my clients, that they have lack of self belief, and they spend a very little time with themselves, to analyzing themselves. We know a lot of things about external part, but we don't know about ourselves only. Even I have realized these things about myself in the last 1 years. Like we know nothing about ourselves. So what do you say on this? Like how can someone find themselves and expend times and money and efforts to improve themselves? That's what I want to
So
highlight, that how they can improve daily, on a daily basis.
that's super super important. And I would definitely suggest to make lists. So sometimes we like, oh, what list? Like, like we like, I don't know, like what I want, or what I'm feeling. So but just list of anything. So make a list of your goals, make a list of how you're feeling, make a list of how you want to feel, make a list of, and at the beginning you're going to sit there and you're like, what am I going to write? And then you're going to be like, okay, let's start with one thing. Once you write one thing, and then the rest will come. Now let me ask yourself this. Like for example, me, I know, like many times, like when people would ask me like, hey Hannah, do you love yourself? I would say, yeah, of course I love myself. What do you mean? What is that kind of question? I didn't even like think about it for a second. But
Mhm.
I want to ask you, do you really feel that feeling in your heart that you actually love yourself? And most people, if they actually take a minute to think about it, most people will say, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know. Like, either I don't understand the question, or I'm not sure that I feel that towards myself, like in my
Mm,
heart, for real.
mm,
So I found that, I started therapy like over a little over a year and a half ago. And I found that, and then that's basically what led me to realize that I don't really know that feeling. I don't really like, I never really experienced that before. And then I was like, okay, I need to crack this, and I'm going to crack this, and I'm going to learn to really feel that feeling. And then I went to the mountains and I was meditating, and I was just closing my eyes for 30 minutes. I was like, I'm not opening my eyes. I'm still until I'm going to feel this feeling.
Mm.
I want to feel this feeling. I need to feel it. And I meditated, and then like I was in the nature, so I heard the wind, and I felt the sun, and I felt the the bugs coming, and
Yeah.
like all of that. And that's where I realized like that this is everything, like the sun. I realized all of a sudden like it's all in me, the universe and the sun and everything. And then I felt it for the first time. And it can be anything. It can be like religion, it can be God. For me it's that, but it's something that's super important to be connected to yourself. Once you are connected to yourself, if it's like be like meditate. And
Mm.
if you're a person that don't know how to meditate, it's totally okay. I've been there, and I've I only started meditating like a year ago. And before that, if you ask me, Hannah, you meditate? I was like, no, like, what is this bullshit? You know what I mean? So I really suggest, if you are a beginner, then you can always go to YouTube and type like meditation for guided meditation for beginners. They have like 5-10 minutes. You don't have to commit to an hour, and just try to listen. And just like, this is definitely something that really really changed my life, and my whole connection to myself and to the universe. And it affects everything else: health,
Yes.
fitness, just the way you see life, everything.
Obviously, the way you have started, like being a chain smoker, and you thought that you're going to do this for a 1 month, but suddenly you have changed everything. Like you deep down into this field, and now you are helping, the kind of change you have bring in yourself, and the way you are inspiring others. It's absolutely amazing because you have decided that you need to see the change. You have the pictures. You want to help yourself. Unless or until you don't want to help yourself, no one's going to help you, no matter how powerful you are, how much money which one should provide you. Ultimately, you have to
Exactly.
take the stand and you have to help yourself. So this is a very vital point Hannah mentioned here, that you have to help yourself. You have to be focused, just meditate yourself and try to feel yourself. As she gave the example that she went on the mountain and sat on the mountain and she closed her eyes and she started feeling everything around herself. In the same way, like if you do exactly in that way, what will happen, that you can able to feel the blood circulation within your body. You will feel that
Mhm.
something is moving inside your skin. So these are
Yeah.
amazing feelings. You have to feel these. So once you start building this kind of focus, you all, then amazing. You can able to build your focus and you will be super conscious the thing you want in your life. And in this way, you can able to create a better relationship. Once you create a better relationship with yourself, you can able to create a better relationship with other. That's why I want to move to the next question. That
The healthy mindset and just healthy lifestyle in general
mm,
really helps, finding like better relationships. Because once you're in the this mindset, you attract what you are. Like, if you are positive and if you have healthy mindset, that's what you're going to attract.
yes,
If you are, it's just like a law of attraction. Whatever
yes,
if you are a positive person, and if you put positive energy. And also,
mm,
you can say these things. For me, it's part of my affirmations. Like, every single
yes,
day, I say my affirmation, and I say, I attract only positive energy. I say it out loud. I say it to the universe, so
yes.
it goes out. Like, I put it out there. I attract people who lift me up. I attract
Mm,
good people. I attract,
mm,
I say what I attract. What I want to attract, that's what I say. And this is what I
mm,
get. So it's it's just everything. Like, if you feel like someone is bringing you down when it comes to like any kind of relationship, if it's like a spouse, or if it's like a friend, or if it's a sibling or a
mm,
parent or whatever. If you feel like someone is bringing you down, you don't need to. I mean, again, if it's
mm,
like like families a member
yes,
that you can't really like avoid them,
mm,
just know that some people you can't talk to them about anything. Some people,
yes,
even if they're really close, like blood,
mm,
people,
mm,
but they don't support your goals, and they don't
yes,
believe in you. Just know that it's okay, and it's theirs, and you do your thing, and keep doing your thing. And if they don't believe in you, just don't let that come into you. So
Yeah.
that means like, if, just don't talk to them about these things. So
Yes.
you have to understand, and you have to know that with some people you cannot talk about certain
Mm.
topics, and it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. It's absolutely right, because you will have find different peoples in your life, and those people will give you experience. Some people will give you good experience, some people will give you bad experience. Your person, you as a human being, you have to absorb the good vibes only. You have to understand that what is better for yourself. Ultimately, the entire agenda of this podcast is to understand that what you have to do with yourself in terms of nutrition, if you want to keep yourself healthy, active. That's what Hannah explaining throughout this entire podcast. She gave her examples. She explained everything about the mind setups, the psychology behind creating a better relationship, better nutritions, better workout plans. So, Anna, before we end this podcast, what impact you want to create in the world, in people's life, and what's
My
your main goal?
my goal is, I'm so passionate about it, and it's something that I'm super, I know for a fact, like I know that this is the reason why I came into this world, is really to help people to live a healthy lifestyle. And again, healthy lifestyle, it's a lot of different things inside, but in a fun and loving way. So we understand that, living a healthy lifestyle, it's fun, it's amazing, it's going to make you feel
Yes.
amazing. And my passion in life, and my purpose in this life, is to help people to realize that, and help them to, achieve that in their life.
Obviously, obviously. That's wonderful. And start is difficult always. Like when you start something new, you have to face the challenges. You are totally beginner in that field. You have to acquire knowledge. You have to find out the right peoples. So that's why
Yeah.
Hannah, she have her programs. Like if you guys are watching this, like I will link that in the description in the I button. So you can easily follow her. Go and check her. The kind of content she's producing, the kind of value she's giving for absolutely for you guys. The only thing you have to do that you have to take the first steps. You have to go and learn. These are things she explaining. She went through these all situations, and she came out for those situations, and now she's sharing her. So you have to take the advantage of this. Nothing is impossible. All you have to do, take one step at a time. Know what you have to do. Once you have the clear idea, just follow that. She explained about the positive affirmations, positive people, how to set a proper mindset, nutritions, everything she's explained in just a small podcast. So thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
our podcast. We would love to have you over and over again. Thank you for giving your time. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for inviting me. That was amazing. Thank you.
And Hannah, can you please tell how the people can find you so they can get you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Hanna underscore healthy. So Hannah, no H at the end, Hannah underscore healthy. You can find me on TikTok also with the same exact name, Hannah underscore healthy, Hannah, no H at the end. Also have a Facebook group. It's I can give you the link for that, because it's like a long name.
I'm going
I
to provide
have,
all the link.
yeah,
I'm
and I
going to
have,
provide all the link.
yes. So, I give a lot of free
Mm,
stuff. I also have
yeah.
my podcast. It's Hannah
Mm,
Healthy. And
mm.
yeah, that's pretty much it. And my website is www.hannahstoneofficial.com. So there's all the programs that I offer and all that kind of stuff.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Hannah. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good
Just
day.